Salutations gaming enthusiasts, George Mario Nerd here. Before we begin, let me start off with some disclaimers. I think Paper Mario Sticker Star is easily the worst game in this series. I think stripping away your RPG franchise of just about everything that made it unique and beloved was and still is a very bad idea, especially after overwhelming feedback from your fans asking for a return to form. I also think that Sticker Stars, and by extension, Colour Splash's battle systems, are very flawed and the worst of the series. But with all that said, I think you're all being far too hard on this game. Please, allow me to talk to you about my odd history with Paper Mario Sticker Star, and explain to you exactly why I think it's not the absolute pile of garbage most of the fanbase make it out to be. I'm naturally not a very critical person when it comes to entertainment. Mario was and is my favourite franchise, and Super Paper Mario, the only game in the Paper Mario series I had played so far when Sticker Star released, was already my favourite game. I wasn't allowed to talk to people on the internet at the time or watch YouTube, so I had very little contact with other Nintendo fans and knew very little about the prevailing opinions on games. So when I was bought Sticker Star on a family holiday to the Lake District, I simply played the game and loved it. I had loads of fun playing it. I enjoyed the pleasant paper aesthetic and the paper jokes. I thought Kirsty was a fun and sassy companion. I grew to adore the game's amazing soundtrack, and despite it being an enormous amount simpler than in the other RPGs I'd played, I became invested in the game's story. During my first and second playthroughs, I was oblivious to how basic the game was in comparison to what I'd played before, and I didn't even notice how worthless the battles were. I simply fought all the enemies like I normally do in RPGs, and went to spend my coins on new stickers back at Decalburg after each chapter. Throughout the first couple years of me owning this game, I never noticed its flaws, and simply had a great time with it. But all that changed when after those couple of years I started interacting with people online and watching people's videos on YouTube about the game. I'm embarrassed to admit it, but I took a long time to mentally mature. I didn't really have strong personal opinions about things, so I was easily swayed. So at the time, I was easily influenced by all the negativity I was hearing about the game, and decided it was a terrible game with an objectively bad direction for the series in every way. I jumped on the hate bandwagon. This mindset I'd adopted reached its peak in between Colour Splash's announcement and release. I watched all of the videos Arlo made about this terrible direction for the series, and it stoked my own displeasure with the new games, making me judge Colour Splash long before I'd played it. I even decided I wouldn't buy the game on principle, because I didn't want to support the direction the series was going in. By the way, I don't mean to say that Arlo was wrong to be unhappy with the direction the games were going. He's welcome to his own opinions, and he's a fine YouTuber I have a lot of respect for and still enjoy watching to this day. His well-reasoned arguments just influenced me too much, resulting in me adopting an opinion that wasn't really my own. And the popularity of this viewpoint made me think that it was wrong to like these new games. I'm much more comfortable with having and sticking to my own views and opinions these days though. Eventually, Paper Mario Colour Splash released, and not long afterwards, the Mario fanboy in me just couldn't bear not playing it, so I bought it. And lo and behold, I had a great time playing it from beginning to end. But the idea of it being wrong to enjoy the modern games still lingered in my mind. Playing Sticker Star and Colour Splash became my guilty pleasure. And over time, I got around to playing the N64 original and the Thousand Year Door, and enjoyed them a lot. But over time, I warmed up to modern Paper Mario more and more, even to the point where Sticker Star is now the game I traditionally replay when we go on our usual annual Lake District holiday, because I'm nostalgic for playing it the first time there. So there, I like Paper Mario Sticker Star. I love how appealing it all looks, especially with the 3D effect turned up. I adore the jazziness of the music, which is excellent across the board. Despite the environments of the worlds being generic, I still think each level does their own interesting things with it, so they all feel fun and unique. I thought all the puzzles you have to solve with various stickers were clever and always very satisfying to figure out. I like the humour, I like the admittedly few characters the game has. The whole of Chapter 3 is dripping with atmosphere and has so much to do. I love all the bosses, especially Gooper Blooper because of their excellent chapter integration and banger boss theme, and especially Mr. Blizzard because he actually has good writing. All he wanted was to stay alive, poor guy. And just listen to how satisfying hitting wood with your hammer sounds in this game. Just listen to how good the wood whacking sounds. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh, that's such a good woodwhacking sound! Sticker Star may be a game with its fair share of flaws, but I believe it has plenty of positives too that people overlook too often. If you don't like or even hate this game, that's fair enough. There's a lot of valid reasons to do so, and while there is a sound argument to be made that it's the worst Paper Mario game, I'd like to normalise stopping calling it straight up bad, because it has plenty of good in it, and plenty of people who enjoy it. It's not cool to tell people their opinions aren't valid. I talk about that more in this video here. Who knows what the future of Paper Mario holds? Since Sticker Star, the games have been getting better with each entry, getting closer and closer to what the fans want, which is excellent. The recent Origami King is a fantastic example of this improvement, and I made a huge review video for it just recently you should definitely watch. But now things are looking bright for the future of the series, I humbly ask you to take it easy on this little 3DS entry. It was an experimental step that got lots wrong, but has good in it too, and I think the Paper Mario series is far from doomed because of it. And with that, thank you ever so much for watching, please subscribe for more Paper Mario and general Mario franchise videos like this one, and until next time, farewell everyone.